Hi folks, this is another video of a product which comes in this potentially lethal packaging that's you have to cut open, and it can often nearly take your hand off. But anyway, yeah, it's the Commtel Internet and Phone Guard, and it says it prevents unauthorised use of your telephone, internet or fax, suitable for dial-up connections only. And yeah, I got this in the pound shop years ago because I was hoping that it was just a key switch to basically disconnect, but I didn't read the packaging, and I think it is actually a mechanical lock, but we'll have a look at it once we've opened it. But yeah, this was designed back in the day when you had dial-up connections, or to stop people phoning premium rate numbers or stuff like that. And yeah, you'd fit it in between. You'd fit it onto your socket, telephone socket, and then plug your actual phone or device into there. And you could set it up using touch tone. You could do it remotely or whatever, and it basically filters if you dialed a dialing code or a telephone number that was already programmed. This is not to be allowed to be called. It just wouldn't let you call it. It would cut it off immediately. And I think my mum and dad could have done with these back in the day, because today is the was it the 25th anniversary of the World Wide Web, and before that, my first experience of sort of computer to computer communication was using a 1200 baud external modem on a Commodore Amiga, calling to bulletin board service, I should say, which for younger viewers, in fact I can't even use teletext for the younger viewers because the teletext doesn't exist anymore. But basically you used to phone a computer from your computer, and the modem, like your BT Home Hub or similar router, would handle the communications and connect you up, and it would just come up as a screen with text, and sometimes they'd make like a little picture but using characters. Yeah, anyway, so you download files directly, and I used to, let's say mum and dad would probably have made use of this, because I can remember on my Amiga, used to wheel it through on my computer trolley in the middle of the night and plug it into the phone line, and make all my calls at night when it was cheaper, but it still cost them a fortune back in the day. Yeah, so I thought we'll have a look at this and see what's inside. I really hate these packages, it's so lethal. You have to use sharp knives to open them up, and if you get it wrong, your fingers are coming off. So there's the device itself, and I think there's some more goodies inside. If I can get in. So there's our instructions, there's our keys, and we've got a couple of batteries. These are odd batteries. What are these? 2450. 2450. So yeah, it must be 2.4 centimeters across by half a centimetre thick. But yeah, I've never seen those before. Have you? Drop it in the comments if you know a product that uses those. And I have actually cut myself on the packaging. Look at that, it's almost fatal. Anyway, right, the product itself, so here we go. So it's a standard BT plug. That's not good, that's just floating about in the breeze. Maybe it's designed to be like that. Of course it is, yeah. I'll show you why in a second. Yeah, so we'll open it up, and yeah, I think I was right, it is a mechanical switch. I was hoping that was just like a deadlock switch, that you could turn your phone connection on and off just by breaking the actual signal, or the connection. But no, it is a physical lock to protect the internals. So in there we've got battery holders, so batteries would go in like so, one positive, one negative, and that would go in there for the presumably the battery backup, and to maintain the programming. And that's pretty much it. So the reason this is floating around in the breeze is so that you could put it in, take the screw, essentially you take the screws out the wall socket, you then plug this in, and that little bit of flex would give option to move it around, and one of these 3 holes, or one of these 6 holes, would line up with some of the with the 2 holes in the actual socket, and then you'd reinsert the screws and tighten up to physically secure this onto the socket. And of course, once that's locked, there's no way of accessing the screws to take this out. Yeah. Okay, folks. Let's see if I can take this off. If you really wanted into this, as you can see, it wouldn't take much effort. So, breakwear warranty seal, and we'll have a look inside. Okay. Right, so inside, in fact we'll take this out as well. So initially what I can see is I've got a bicoloured LED, and a poly cap, that's potentially a relay, little piezo buzzer or sounder, a right angled tactile switch, a crystal, couple of dual line packages, 3, is that a tantalum cap? Yeah, that's pretty much it, and obviously the connection to the back, which we'll just cut off. So nothing on the back, double-sided board by the looks of things, and yeah, that does look like a relay. Yep, just a 1 amp relay, presumably for connecting the phone when an authorised number had been detected. So your phone would be plugged into this side, you dial the number, it would check it and be stored in this. So that's an ATML 8089C2051, and I don't know who's manufacturing that, but yeah, sorry, your phone would plug in, you'd have your numbers programmed in. Once the when you dial the number on the phone, it would check that number held in the chip here, or one of these chips. If it was correct, relay would switch on the communication, or the essentially the connection to the phone line, and allow that call to go through. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Nothing too unsurprising in here, and possibly a couple of components that we can salvage. Definitely worth salvaging that little relay and that piezo sounder. As you can see, there's provision for, depending on what stock they can get, you could either have this bigger one or the more standard, smaller ones you see in all these Chinese kits you get. Yeah, little bicolor LED, that'll be worth keeping possibly. Yeah, there we go. So that's another crappy teardown for you. Give us a thumbs up if you want, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye bye.